Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gaze. Let's love.
I'm adorable.
Yo,
especially this.
welcome. Oh no! If you're on the Intimate Portrait, Poodle is showing legendary.
Ooh,
I'm sorry,
legendary.
Sissy Christina. Wow. I think one of your testicles just popped out over here. I'm
feeling
nauseous.
sexy.
And I'm feeling nauseous. Let's move.
This is reality gaze.
This is reality gaze.
This is toe. This is toe for the last time.
You didn't say that last episode.
I'm really falling down.
You are. Y'all, this is season 3, episode 14. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love, love.
Happy second night of Hanukkah.
Yes, we meant to say that in our first episode, but yes, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Hanukkah.
Is that the tune?
Yeah, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come play with my toy. I don't know it.
No,
I don't know it.
I only know Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. I only know the tenor part. Well,
you sing it together.
Party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather
Hanukkah.
around the table,
Okay.
we'll give you a treat. Ce vivant to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candle is burning. Low candles are burning low. One for each night that we shared a sweet light. The we kindness of days long ago. One for each night that we shared a sweet light. They remind us of days long ago. Hanukkah, those days of long ago. Hey!
Opa, wait, that's
Greek.
That's Greek.
You're
Sorry.
awful.
No.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, that's what it is.
No, it's not l'chaim. It's l'chaim.
That's what I said, L'chaim.
You're awful.
No, that's what
Have a great time.
Have a great
for
Hanukkah, y'all.
Light your menorahs. Give your gelt.
Oh, the gelt.
Have
the
your
little gold.
latkes.
Yeah, latkes. Oof.
Sing your mautzur.
Have you ever made homemade latkes?
No.
They're like hash browns. That's Poodle's favorite thing.
They are.
They're not the
Very
same
good.
thing, but they're very similar.
It's a great festival because they really encourage eating greasy foods.
They do. they do.
You eat donuts, hash browns.
I'll never forget when Poodle and I went and saw a book signing of Anna Garten. Garten, I'll tell you where. Anna Garten, the Barefoot Contessa. She's doing a book signing with, what's that woman's name? Ellen Kleinman.
Evan Kleinman.
From NPR. And y'all, she hosts a food show. She's very like pretentious.
Yeah, she's like, she kind of talks like this.
Yeah, she was like asking Anna Garten. She was like, "What flavored butters are you using right now?" And she was like, "I use
flavored butters?"
And Anna was like, "Yeah, I just use butter from the grocery store because that's what everybody should
and
use."
she's
is
like
to the grocery store.
So, what are your traditions for Hanukkah? Everything is always something. And Anna Garten just says, "Well, I don't know. It's kind of more of a children's holiday for me."
Yeah.
And it was she just read
out of the
her.
shit. And then the next breath she said, "But I make a great Easter brunch."
Because Anna Garten is Jewish.
Jewish, yes.
But
yeah.
And y'all, you can't. There's a lot of good Hanukkah food. I will
There
say
is.
that it's mostly fried.
It's a lot of fried food, yeah.
But happy Hanukkah to everybody.
Now I want latkes.
Dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
We're welcome to Reality Gaze. And then applesauce, too.
Yes.
Ooh, like homemade.
Yeah, and sour cream.
If you've never had homemade applesauce, then you're just doing it wrong.
I agree.
It's delicious. Where are we?
Y'all,
Let's finish so I can eat dinner.
Speaking of Jewish customs, Corey and Ellen.
Corey.
No, we don't have any buy tickets for our live show.
Buy tickets for our live show. We talked about Single Life, which is so good.
And Selling Sunset.
And we talked about Selling Sunset. And that's what we've got going on. So you can check those out.
And vote for your By Curious if you're on your Patreon.
Yeah, Single Life's on the $5 tier of Reality Gaze Extra. And Selling Sunset,
so is Sunset
on the $5 tier as well. You can listen to the first episode of Selling Sunset. Single Life is all behind the paywall because y'all in like
you're going to get it later.
You're going to get it later.
When it airs
months.
on TLC.
Yes.
When it airs on Plus. It's just
Plus. We just finished Winter House.
Yes.
Just finished it. So
we were meh about it.
Yeah. Was there a Below Deck last week?
Yes.
Did we recap it?
Yes.
I don't even remember.
It was the one about leave your problems before the cabin door.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And the next one they're doing the gay kiss.
Yes.
Jake and Fraser are going to fucking make out.
You said it right. Fraser.
But yes, well, I try.
Sometimes.
Anyway.
Today is my wedding day. So excited.
Is there Jesus? I get to marry my best friend.
Corey's like dancing around. It's like, oh, I'm nervous. And he keeps going about how nervous he is. And I just kept screaming, you're already married.
It's true. I wrote that down.
This is all pomp and circumstance.
Signifying nothing. Well,
nothing.
I think it is them introducing the community to their wedding.
I guess.
I get it, but... And so he's like, I'm really worried that Evelin is going to like have a panic attack. She's like, you're very quick to cancel plans. And she says, as I said it before, yeah, it's not like I can schedule panic attacks, Corey.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've heard that she's actually had debilitating anxiety.
Because y'all, panic attacks I've never had one. Have you?
I don't think I have.
No, then you would know. You if you're like, I think I had a panic. No, bitch, you didn't. You know when you've had a panic attack. And what sucks about panic attacks, what happens is when people have a panic attack, then they have so much anxiety
about having another one.
Yeah,
I believe
that
it
can trigger other panic because you think you're going to die.
Yeah,
because you feels like you're having a heart attack.
Like I've had moments of like where my chest feels tight.
I've had a couple of those, but I've never had like the sweaty palms or feeling like you can't breathe and all. I've never had that. So it's just remember, y'all, in panic attacks, try to do whatever. If you don't
tap
have
into your breathing.
If you've had a panic attack and you haven't seen a therapist,
I guarantee
you should.
Evelyn hasn't seen a personal
You
therapist.
need to get yourself some better fucking help right now because y'all, there are
take better help.
There are actual tools for that. It's not talking about mommy issues. There's actual tools you can use that are very easy that would help you.
I don't think they're sponsoring this week, so
well,
zip it.
They are.
Oh, really? Never mind.
Yes, because we have to do it. We have them for like 9 months. So zip it. Anyway,
they only chose certain weeks though.
No, it's the whole thing.
I'm that bitch. I'm like, no one's talking about anything.
Yeah, unless it's fucking your lip balm.
Kind lips.
Yeah, they haven't
reaching out.
They haven't given us a cent. Still waiting on that.
Scent.
A cent.
Oh, they sent me some samples. They sent me some nice things.
You didn't give me any.
I thought I did.
Nope, you didn't give me one. That's okay.
I think I was supposed to.
I got some the other day that you don't know about of something else. So.
What?
I'm not telling you now. All right, everybody. So today's the wedding day. And this really is, Corey is like, bless this day, best story of life, husband to be wife, when Evelyn will marry me again. Today on this day.
Don't ever sing like that again.
And then Evelyn is what?
Pardon me, is everybody here? Because if everybody's here, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding. I'm going to have a panic attack right now. I need to say...
That was some Sondheim for
Corey,
you. Rest in power. Rest in music, Sondheim.
I cannot believe I did not mention it on the show.
Oh,
thank you to everybody else who reached out to me. I'm sure I've talked about it on the show before. I said something in our Facebook group, Sissy Squad. But
Stephen Sondheim died.
Stephen Sondheim, kind of in the 20th century for musical theater, there's been no bigger... I would say the latter half of the 20th century. There have been Oscar Hammerstein, and then there was Stephen Sondheim.
Yes.
Those are the two.
He's like I was telling my boyfriend about this. I was like, a lot of people are posting this online. It's not totally right, but I get it. He is almost like the Shakespeare musical theater, or like a Titan. Like they're naming a theater after him.
Yeah,
they don't.
They already
do
have.
that. Or they already have. Yeah, they don't do that. So anyway, y'all, he is like.
And I was, and Stephen Sondheim was 91 years old, and so when someone who's 91 dies, it's never like, oh. What a tragedy, you know.
No, I'm like, hey.
And my thing
life.
was, I'm so grateful for what you put out there, because it taught me that there's light and dark in the same thing. Mm-hmm. It can exist in the same place, mm-hmm. And to find that light, sometimes you have to spend a lot of time in the dark. And also the dark makes you grateful for it. Yeah. And 'cause a lot of people called him very cynical, but like me, and I think this is weird to say, I'm a very optimistic person, mm-hmm. which some of you are going, what? But I really am. You can be cynical and optimistic. Mm-hmm. But it's just... there will never be another one like him.
No, and obviously he's one of those people that he deeply affected me in some ways. Obviously, Poodle had a different, as a lyricist, different connection. But we all any theater kid was deeply deeply has a personal connection to Stephen Sondheim. You can't not. Yeah. So anyway,
I would tell people who are hurting and grieving him, take your time. But just remember to be grateful. Be grateful for what he had, because for one person to do that in one lifetime, for one person to give us an Into the Woods, for one person to give us a West Side Story lyrics, for someone to give us gypsy lyrics, for someone to give us Sweeney, that would be enough for one person. For one person to give us a little night music. Mm-hmm. I'm even going to throw Passion in there. Pacific Overtures, even things like Saturday Night, the early stuff. It's fantastic. It's just so much company, you know.
Assassins.
Anyway,
there's just it's his breadth of work is
Sunday in the Park with motherfucking George.
Yeah, he's so.
Where I
We're
still
going
say
off on a gay tangent.
the most. How dare you? the moment in my life I was.
You didn't start the timer.
Thank you. I was in New York riding a bus, and I was reading the libretto of Sunday in the Park with George on a bus. And I was crying in the second act. And I just had this moment of realize, because it just speaks to anybody who creates art, mm-hmm. Or anybody who's ever tried to make something and who has ever questioned themselves. And you can just hear Sondheim speaking to himself mm-hmm. the entire time. And my favorite quote from Sunday is, anything you do, make it come from you, and then it will be new. We're always obsessed, and then give us more to see from you. Mm-hmm. You know, so remember, you guys, if as long as it comes from you, you don't have to worry about copying other people and doing something that's derivative, or
that's the truth.
My Enneagram 4 self that's always like, is this okay? But that's one of the quotes that just reverberates in my brain all the time.
Authenticness. I just saw somebody talking about like. Does Brene Brown have a new book out about that? I think I saw a couple of posts about
authenticity,
but also literally of the compare monster and things like that. Absolutely,
sounds like something she would say.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Evelin wanting to throw the wedding. That's going to make everybody jealous.
And she does say, my favorite thing that she says is, I need to talk about Corey's tie. That is so short, it looks like a comic Tommy Boy tie.
He looks like he's fucking a character actor from the 20s.
And his suit doesn't really fit.
Y'all, it's not.
Because he's gained a little weight, no shame in that.
Yeah, no.
But this is an older suit that wasn't altered. Looks a little bit like a little boy.
He looks terrible.
And I must say, props for it's a day wedding. Props for not choosing black because you don't have to.
It's a beach wedding.
Yeah.
It's a beach wedding. They shouldn't. I don't think people should really wear black at a beach wedding.
I agree.
So I just think no. First of all, the sun's out. You're going to get hot.
Yeah.
You should wear a khaki suit for a beach wedding.
Yeah,
I like that.
or a lighter gray, even gray.
Some people wear gray. Some people do a blue. That's fine.
Yeah.
But something like so.
And I didn't know the dog's name was Puppy.
Love After Lockup and
that brain trust named him.
Yeah, that named him. And so Puppy is going to be Corey's best man because no one else wants to be there. And by the way, y'all, thank you for sending his brother's Instagram. Couple of things.
I'm very disappointed.
There's hardly any. There's
no shirtless.
There's one from like
It's
10 years
Twinkie.
ago, and
Fuck
it's Twinkie.
that.
But
I want to see his man
y'all,
body.
he's hot.
He is so hot.
He's even hotter on his Instagram than he is in that video with Corey. Because I think he was making a sour face when he was talking to Corey.
Corey's kind of like the ugly sister of that family.
Yeah, his brother can get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Motherfuckers.
Ooh. Anyway, so Corey's over there saying, I'm no nervous this is happening. Meanwhile, Evelyn's mom, they're doing the makeup, and Evelyn's mom really has this beautiful moment. Evelyn says, like, I think you've chosen right. And
Mom's always liked Corey.
Yeah, she said, I think it makes me happy. And she said, look, Evelyn, this isn't easy. You can't always run away at the first fight. You've got like you used to. And she said, I think this is incredible, and I'm happy for you. Cut to Corey. They're like, so how are you feeling? He's like, good, but I believe that Evelyn's going to marry when I see her at the altar.
Smart.
That's where Corey is, y'all, on this.
And the sisters are there, and they're like, so do you have a signal if you're getting crazy? And she's like, so y'all, we are thinking this might not happen at all. She might go total runaway bride on us.
Because she says, I keep telling myself, you've done this before. You've done this before. Yeah. You're already married, Evelyn. You're already married.
And she reminds us again, she's like, remember, I never wanted to get married.
I never wanted to get married. She
never lets us kind of start to like her.
No.
She has to remind us.
Y'all. And so then,
that'll never happen.
So the wedding, the venue, it looks really pretty.
Yeah, it
they
is
set
nice.
up. They set it up, and Corey's standing
Pants
there,
are riding up.
and all of a sudden, I've noticed. And then,
Jesus, I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I saw your monkey brains several times already. And so,
monkey brains.
Corey just turns around, and you hear Corey go, "Oh no!" And here comes Raul.
Here comes Raul.
Just walking up with that girth dick energy, y'all, because his dick is girthy.
It's girthy. I don't think it's
long,
huge.
but it's just, you know.
A sissy contacted me, actually, who has slept with Raul.
Oh.
Said
what'd she say?
It wasn't good.
Oh, I don't think it was. But he had not a great dick. Good for that sissy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Y'all, they all could talk to me about who's
She's been up in Ingabao. Good for you. Good for you. Wow. Okay, well, so Raul's like, well, I wanted to, no one is representing you. And Corey's like, hey, well, thank you for coming, but if it gets awkward, I'm going to make you leave. She's my wife. And he's like, really? And he's like, yeah. Meanwhile, can we talk about, y'all,
what do you think of her dress?
I know we shade her.
She looks gorgeous.
She looks gorgeous.
The makeup is on point.
Her makeup is stunning.
It hasn't been like when she's been in the confessionals this whole season, that kind of almost overly done.
Yeah. Her hair looks great. The dress fits her like a glove. It's tasteful. It's perfect for a beach wedding.
It is.
It's gorgeous.
I mean, he looks like shit, but she honestly, she looks good.
So far, we're 3 for 3. If we count Jenny, Alina, and then now we're doing
3 brides.
Evelyn. We're 3 for 3 on this.
I agree.
He looks like total shit, but who's looking at him?
Look, he's
nobody he knows is there anyway.
He's puffy too.
Yeah, he is puffy.
So
that tie doesn't do him any favors.
And he's got it.
It's not even touching his belly button.
He's got it buttoned.
Y'all, everybody knows where your tie should hit. The top of your belt.
Top of your belt.
Is he even wearing a belt?
I think he is wearing a belt. So Leslie is still doing. I'm like, is Leslie going to say some shady shit? And he's crying, and Evelyn says, my heart is racing, but as soon as I see Corey, everything else fades away. I had a feeling it would be like that. Because this is weird because she's so awful to him, and he's such an idiot. And I think this is what he needs for him. He needs someone to treat him like garbage.
This is what they both need. They both are getting exactly what they're used to,
yep.
and what they need to feel validated.
We're going to look at this relationship and say, this is dysfunctional as fuck.
Y'all, this is your grandparents or your mom and dad who have been together 50 years and they still fight at each other all the time.
My parents. Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
My mother's like,
I've seen it
kill
in
your
real
father.
action.
It's been raining for 3 days. He was like, get out of here. I may murder him.
Love. It's true
Or
love.
my mother says, 48 years of wedded bliss. When it's their marriage.
So they're 50 in 2 years?
Yes. 48 years.
Better start planning that party. You got to do something. If you and your brother don't do something for your parents for their 50th anniversary, she's never going to let you look. And it better be big.
Yeah. Actually, I think 46.
You might want to figure this out.
Yeah, it's 46 because she got pregnant with me about almost 2 years after they were married.
Okay, you got 4 years to fucking figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you didn't do anything for your mother's 50th wedding anniversary?
No, because I know my sister-in-law is not going to help.
No.
My brother's not even going to think about it. So it's got to be me.
It's all on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I send something from afar and not be there?
Nope. You've got to plan an event. With people coming. You've got to go there. You've got to fly.
Maybe they'll announce their divorce before then.
Maybe. You've got to meet... Maybe you've got to meet their friends and hang out and talk to their friends that they're the FedEx man that comes that your mom always talks to,
who knows how to treat Muffin.
Yeah, and someone's got it, and someone's got to walk Muffin down the aisle. That's probably going to be you.
I would talk to Aunt Jane.
Yeah,
they'll have to make up beforehand. Hopefully, they'll be on the outs.
Yeah, because Aunt Jane's probably going to be the one that helps you plan it.
She'll be the only one.
She'll be the only one,
and that and probably her. Maybe she's got 2 or 3 other friends.
This is going to overtake 6 months of your life.
We need to move on because I'm depressed now. So Corey's basically Leslie is doing, and he gives them blessing, and Corey's like,
oh, I want to say one thing. Evelyn said when she was getting ready, so she's like, again, like you said, she said, I'm not really into weddings. I don't see wedding as a validation. Me, I don't really want a wedding, but you can have a wedding whatever you want. Whatever you want, it can be cool. I just want that a woman can be independent, strong, hardworking, and do whatever she ever does. Do whatever she wants to do on her own. Just get someone to buy you a bar.
I was going to say, and make sure they have money.
Just get at least a boy. You don't need to get married, but get that boyfriend who's a simp and just a wet dish towel.
And live off his money. Yeah,
but be an independent woman.
No, that ethical code for her is very specific. And she is exempt from all of it.
Because she never did that. She never took advantage.
But she would never. She would see that as 2 different things.
I think someone said they lost the bar now.
I think they sold it. I don't know how they make money. I guess pimping out Corey's ass.
Yeah, on OF.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen his dick, have we?
No. It's not going to be anything.
I don't want to see it. Don't want to see it.
So,
okay, so yes, so they're doing the vow. They're doing the getting married.
I promise to always put you first.
Can I ask you a question while you're talking about vows?
Yeah.
The squad's gonna blow up about this. I bet. The mods are gonna go, fuck you guys. I can't believe you're bringing this up. How do you feel about reading wedding vows from a cell phone?
Hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to like that.
Everyone does it nowadays, and I fucking hate it. I had the same problem with the preacher with an iPad.
You did say the preacher could have a book and be using the iPad.
Yes. I hate reading it off a fucking cell phone. I get it, but y'all... it looks like you could get a notification at any moment that someone just likes your Instagram
Or you're
post.
like, Evelyn, you are the light. Oh, Aunt Jane's calling. Oh, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it's.
And
I'm not
sure-
a fan of it either.
And I'm sure you could put it on silent or whatever. It just feels super casual.
I feel like
Have-
you should write out your wedding vows because also too, if you write them out, then you can keep those vows. Like you can frame them.
And
put them in a book.
also, this is something that can be It takes a little forethought to write something out, even if it's a little piece of paper.
Even if it's not a
tear
fucking
out.
bar napkin, I don't care. I would rather have a bar napkin vows than on
That takes
itself.
forethought instead of putting it in your iPhone notes.
Because someone went, "Hey Siri, take a note. Could you say dearest?" and like just read off their note.
I'm very against it.
Oh, sorry, my dad. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Siri just said, "Fuck you,
Fuck
bitch."
you.
Uh-oh, it's going to come back.
No.
Anyway, so that's where I stand.
Sorry. Okay, that soapbox was shorter than I thought it would be. I was worried, but I had to bring it up because it bothered me too.
Here's the deal, though.
Again, it's
Y'all,
windy on the beach, but it's only one page.
Weddings are special occasions. There are a few rites that we have in this life. In other words, rites, I'm saying like rites like baptism, all those.
Unless you're going to be on our potential new Bi-Curious show that people are voting for. That's not a special.
Then you're
addicted to marriage.
Then
we
you're going to
might
get
do-
married
yeah.
every other day.
Yeah.
But you're only going to, it's like there's a couple of them. There's baptism, marriage, death. I mean,
maybe confirmation or
yeah,
whatever.
or just I'm just thinking about this doesn't have to be church things, but
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
very
yeah.
few occasions that happen.
births.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That know that it needs to feel that it's planted and it needs to feel intentional.
Yeah.
And having a phone takes away from that. Maybe you don't see it my way or even your way.
No, I
but
actually 100% agree with you.
it just takes all the intention out of it.
If and when I get married one day, I'm going to be one of those people that says on my invitation, please no one have their cell phones out.
100% agree.
wedding. Turn them off, put them in your pocket.
That's what photographers are
I'm
for.
paying a photographer a lot of fucking money to take pictures.
I don't want to see anyone with a fucking
You know,
phone.
I hate when you see those photographers and somebody has a beautiful picture and then you see
a phone.
Not even a phone. Your fucking great aunt with her iPad up trying to take a picture. And you're like,
She brings her iPad.
you're like, fuck you, Aunt Danelle. You just ruined the shot.
Here's the thing. It's that also people are never going to watch. You film and take pictures of stuff you will never watch again. It's like you're at concerts and everyone's doing a photo, a thing of every song just so they can put it on Instagram and then they'll never look at it again. It's just the ritualized aspect of it. I'm going to get off this soapbox now because I could talk for hours about this.
I agree with everything you're saying, though. Where's your pillow?
Where is it? I think hopefully I didn't leave it at the live show.
Did you really?
No,
Did
it's
you-
over there.
It's in your suitcase.
Yeah. Which I still haven't unpacked.
Well, it's fine. It was just a couple of weeks ago.
You remember we talked about that, y'all, with the suitcase.
I don't have a problem with it at all.
So anyway, she says her vows are interesting because she says if the word persistent were a person, that would be you.
Well, that's the truth.
And I will say, you guys, this idea of him saying, I'm not giving up. I'm going to make you realize I'm going to be here for you. And I'm going to keep putting the work in. For someone like Evelyn, this is like jerk off porn. Because it's all for her.
And for someone who's like Corey, who's codependent,
Yeah.
that's his jerk off. I mean, me, I'm like, yeah, that's just someone who doesn't have a spine and let you walk all over him. But she's right.
And she's like, me no express feelings well.
She said, but you broke down my walls.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that when you got teary when he said you broke down my, yeah, I knew you would.
Because this was honest.
It was honest.
You couldn't.
It was honest.
You couldn't fault that. Y'all, what we see, yes, they fight. They do a lot of this for the cameras.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They're fine.
I actually think they're pretty dysfunctionally happy with one another.
And that's a thing.
Because you know why? A lot of it is, there's nothing wrong with this, y'all. Well, no, Corey is dumb. But
More than that, though.
But people are dumb, but also, and I mean this in a good way, sometimes people are just simple.
Yeah.
They want a simple life. They don't ask much. They can be intelligent, but they just don't need a lot in life.
Yeah.
That is Corey.
I agree.
And if she plays her cards right, he will be with her forever because he doesn't probably ask for much from Evelyn. Like, really, I know it seems big, but like, Evelyn's asking for him for things all the time. He just wants to get married. Now he does. I think y'all cut to, they're going to be unhappily ever after, wanting to have fucking kids.
She's not going to want that.
I don't think she is. If he breaks her down for that.
I never wanted to have children. You made me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll want to have kids though.
We'll see.
Anyway, so
I like the last thing she said is she's like, well, if I was ever going to marry someone, I guess I'm glad it's you. That is the most Evelyn statement ever.
The reception looks really cute and pretty, and and they're having fun. They're having a reception, and then they sit down and they're eating, and then we hear ding, 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 ding,
and I lean in,
and Raul is going to give a speech,
and I'm like, finally, someone's gonna come for her.
And it's interesting. Raul knew what to do because y'all, in his speech, he actually. What's Evelyn's favorite thing besides fucking people in Ingabao?
Making fun of Corey.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what he did.
Well, he kind of took it. This was kind of the brilliance of this. He took us back to their first season of everyone making fun of Corey for saying, hola. And Raul did his voice pretty well.
Because, y'all, that's all he knew was hola.
Hola. Hola, ma'am. Man. And then he's like, and I would ask him, and then I went and spoke Spanish to him, and he just went, hola.
Hola.
And he basically says how he and Corey met, and he's like, and this guy, you were chosen by the Queen of Ingabao.
You were chosen by the Queen of Ingabao, who had many men she left behind.
Including me.
And
Evelyn, and that was smart because Evelyn goes, you are paying tribute to the Queen.
Exactly.
And then she was okay. And then he basically said, I wish you happiness. And I'm so glad. I love Corey like a brother. I'm so glad. I wish you the happiness. Never said I wish you the best, really, Evelyn. But he's like, I
really do think he loves Corey.
I do. I think they are actually friends.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think that Corey, we talked about, he's a dumb person. He is a simple person. I think he has a good heart.
I think he is a good person. I
Yeah.
think he does. He does stupid shit.
Yeah.
But he's just a lovable. He's a gold, like you've said. He's just a golden retriever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, if you're with
little dumber than a golden retriever.
that's true.
Actually.
But if you're with Corey, he's never gonna purposely manipulate her.
No, and he makes you feel good
because yes, he went and was with this girl Jenny, but y'all, remember she fucking kicked him out and said we're done. I don't know. Would Corey actually cheat on her? Like, cheat on Evelyn, like cheat if he still thought they were together? I think that would take a lot for him.
Yeah. Especially, he still thinks he's a religious person.
Especially now that they already were married.
Yeah. But, and they're in their little, in the moment, and he's like, I'm Corey, and I'm Evelyn's. She's like, and I like it that she's like, this is my Corey. And he goes, and finally it's like, takes her forever. She's like, fine, I'm Corey, and I'm Evelyn, this is my husband, Corey.
And we're married. And he's like, see?
I'm a little like Evelyn here. I'm like, fine.
A little?
I do that too. I'm like, ugh.
If you ever get married, you're gonna.
I'm
sob
a lot like Evelyn.
Because someone's gonna. If someone you get married, that means they broke down your walls.
Oh, I'm fully prepared to cry.
You're gonna be like Kenny at your wedding.
Speaking of, we're gonna get to that wedding now. We're gonna get to the first same-sex wedding in 90 Day Fiancé history. After this break, and I just need to say, if for some reason Don't do this while I'm talking.
What? I'm just putting on.
It'll distract me.
Oh, I just putting on.
I'm gonna wait.
My lips are dry.
Fine.
Putting on my black honey. A lip balm, Mama. You want to put on some lip balm?
No, I just okay. Finish it.
I'm done.
If for some reason I could not have the wedding of my dreams, which of course, like some of my other weddings, take place late at night in a hospital room, hearing beep, 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 fresh DNR, the ink is still wet. Justice of the peace there.
Who's basically been roofied.
Yeah, and with the ailing fiance's family outside going banging on the door, and
lightning striking. What movie is this? Is this Death Becomes Her?
And me moving his face, his feeble lips together, saying, "I do." If I couldn't have that dream wedding. And then hopefully he would expire shortly after doing that. If I couldn't have that, I'd have this gay wedding.
It was a gorgeous wedding.
It's so beautiful. I loved all the decorations.
I did too.
I loved that it was kind of like from the earth where they were. Everything looked like
it was exquisite.
From where those queens who planned this wedding knew what they were doing.
It was a gorgeous wedding.
I loved.
The flowers.
I love the flowers.
The lighting, the table setting.
Everything.
Hannah looked gorgeous. The dresses.
Oh, my God.
Even Truffle's dress was cute.
I started crying as soon as as soon as Hannah came out with the flower girl stuff. And she was so happy to be there.
And then when she cried later on because she was so happy.
I did cry a lot. Not because it was just a gay wedding. I think it is a big thing for the show. But what this was they were two people who had to overcome a lot.
And I think it's that. I mean, I think I'll be emotional about this if whatever you would too. Is that we just grew up never thinking this would happen in our lives. Mm-hmm. Even still now, when I go to a wedding, it's a gay wedding. I'm still kind of like I'm pinching myself.
Yeah,
because I just never thought it was going to be this.
The gay weddings that I go to, I'm just like, this is basic. There's so many of them that I'm just like, ugh.
Well, get better gay friends.
No, it's you know what it is. It is the. There is an impulse in a lot of gay weddings that everything has to be the best and the most fashionable.
I haven't gone to those. I've
been to those.
See, I've been to you went to weddings like our friend Drew Droege had that one show one man show called Bright Colors. Bright Colors.
Bright color and bold patterns.
And literally it's because he got an invitation to a wedding that said a gay wedding in Palm Springs that said no bright colors or bold patterns.
I have been to those bright colors and bold patterns.
I have never been to those. I have been to the gay weddings, or queer weddings, I should say. The weddings I've been to, ironically, were they knew how special it was that they were actually getting to do this. They were very intentional. They weren't the most expensive and fancy, but they were just very well thought out and had a lot of meaning behind them and were really touching.
That's nice. That's the way it should be. I think every wedding should be that way.
Well, it's probably because when you meet somebody at Mickey's and then a week later they invite you to the wedding, but you know what? You went for free booze and that was smart. Cake.
I've been a +1 for y'all. I will do anything for an open bar.
For a wedding,
if you've known me for a week, I'll give a toast at the wedding. Sure, I can come and think of something. Open bar and cake.
That's poodle's heaven.
Oof, God, it's not. It's also not healthy because open bar. It's like it short circuits my brain. So it's like I haven't paid for this, so I'm gonna get as much as I can regardless. It's bad. But I just say, I everything they did. I even liked the way they were dressed.
Yeah.
It was a little plain, but I get it. I get it.
I'd rather it be understated than look like fucking Jesse in The Single Life.
Yeah.
With his fucking show choir.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying...
And his daughters their bridesmaids' dresses were beautiful.
Yep, I agree. And Armando is still... This is before they're going out. He's still worried about that first kiss, the first dance. And Cooper is there, the little boy.
Cooper is a star.
He is.
You are right.
Truffles is there in her dress. They had to keep waking her up.
She's hanging in. She is
The
hanging
ceremony.
in.
And then they see each other, you guys, and they do this kind of thing. And normally I'd roll my eyes at these kind of things. They do this kind of thing where they walk outside because they had been to so many different paths.
That's what Kenny said. He said we took 2 different paths to get here.
I think, and
I love that. I'm like, I'm going to steal that.
And that is what's so amazing is these are 2 men who could not have chosen 2 different ways to get where they were.
No, and
who found each other in a gay parenting group.
Yes.
They literally found each other online through people looking for something.
People looking for just validation
Yeah.
and someone to hear them, probably never even expecting to find love through that.
No. And that's why they feel their relationship feels so true.
Yes.
There wasn't a bang trip. No shame on a bang trip.
No shame.
There wasn't. I looked online to find my mail order bride.
Yes.
And the ones that work, or even like Corey and Evelyn, who met each other when they were traveling, they met each other in real life.
I guess to all the couples on this, let's see, Jenny and Sumit met how? He catfished her.
Now that is they are definitely the exception.
Because they met on Catfish.
That was just sheer Jenny's will.
That was sheer Jenny, and then Stephen and Alina met
through a language app.
Through the language app. Then Kenny and Armando, and then Ari and Bini met because she was a bang trip.
Yeah,
but they weren't intended to meet. It was just a bang trip. So none of that. But yeah, really, Kenny and Armando are the ones that like it. It was just this again. This idea of just I'm just looking for someone to see me as a gay parent, and you end up finding this person.
And we've said that a lot of their drama, you guys, have come from the drama has been ramped up. They don't have a lot of problems.
No, I don't think so at all.
So everyone at this wedding is crying, by the way, because everyone knows what they've had to get through.
I did get teary as well.
So
later on, but I'll tell you when I got teary.
Armando says, now I've seen him that I can leave behind all the stress and I'm not worried at all.
Even his dad is crying, y'all.
Yeah.
His dad is wiping tears.
His dad's dressed like Panama Jack.
And he kind of turned me on. Come at me, y'all, because we've had this before, but when Dad was up there taking pictures with his hat, his little chain.
Wallet chain.
He had a wallet chain. I was like,
little Hot Topic.
You go, Daddy. Go, Daddy.
I don't think wallet chains are hot. I'm sorry.
No, but it's so like they're so not in now. But he's kind of like,
you can find
I'm still
any way.
Gonna do it.
Wow.
You can wear it if you're like Steven Tyler or a rocker, and he kind of has that edge to him.
No, he doesn't.
Maybe. I see people for who they are.
Right.
So, but he's crying.
They had a bilingual ceremony, which I think is exactly what it should be.
Let's talk about these vows.
Oh.
These vows kind of wrecked me.
Armando says, you came into my life at exactly the right time, and you taught me to love myself. Which, that is exactly what Kenny has taught Armando.
That is exactly what Kenny has taught Armando. Exactly.
And of course, and Armando's crying. I don't know how Kenny's holding it together at this point.
Well, I think
probably just giving himself smelling salts.
Yeah, it is. He's got a butt vibrator just going.
Think of old ladies having sex with each other. Do something.
Honestly, I think he's probably thinking of 2 things. Either how much this wedding's going to cost, because this was an expensive wedding.
Oh, yeah. They spent some coin on this.
Or also, probably he was thinking, Kenny kind of let it out earlier in the day.
Yeah.
So I think Kenny kind of let it out. So it wasn't this. You knew Armando was kind of like, I'm going. We got to do this. And then it kind of all hits him.
Yeah. So and Kenny's like, I'm the luckiest man on earth. I chose to risk it all in everything in the name of love.
It was, you said it and I got goosebumps.
And that's, y'all, that is exactly what happened. He changed with his 3 kids or 4 kids or how many
4 kids.
One we forgot about. And a grandson who he was raising.
He gave it all up for love.
He left. And I don't know if, I'm trying to think, maybe something like that's happened before. But I don't know if something has happened that extreme where he was such a participant in his family's life.
Well, you know what? Why you're saying it's extreme? We've had other people do big things. Kenny and Armando,
especially because this is toe.
This is selfless.
Yep, that's true.
What he did, because people have done big gestures, but they do it to throw back in their face.
Right.
Kenny did this not to use this ever against Armando. He did this because I love him, and this is what I need to do for him. He's one of the most selfless people we've ever seen on 90 Day Fiancé.
I totally agree. And I know those fucking kids, we've already seen a little preview where the fucking kids are going to go in on him about wanting to have a baby.
Kenny, you get knocked up if you want to.
Don't, Kenny, if you're listening, which you probably still are.
Don't.
We've been very nice this episode to you.
He would tell you differently.
I know. I think once I called his dog, once I accused his dog of spotting on her dress.
Oh yeah,
I think I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, well, don't talk about Truffles being old and spotting. Poor Truffles. I love Truffles. She's just old.
I'm not saying anything bad about her.
I know.
She is just old.
My dog used to be that old too, and she peed everywhere. It was horrible. You would just like pick her up and you go,
and she just
water
squirt
on my
a little
shirt,
bit. Yeah.
And there's just piss on my shirt.
Yeah. They can't control their bladders when they're that old.
It's going to be like 40 years from now when I'm doing this podcast with Jake. We'll just be doing a show.
I
I'll be
just
like,
peed.
Jake peed a little bit, y'all.
Let's
talk about Lalu.
So they kiss, and of course the camera is right in on Armando's dad.
But and his dad is fine. It looks fine. I will say their vows. There was one problem that I think, y'all, their vows, they say something like, I take you, and they say, to be my husband and my favorite person.
I hated that.
And I went, Jake's not going to marry his favorite person. He's going to marry his favorite trustee.
No, I understand why they want to say that. I just hate the term favorite person.
It feels a little, is the word diminutive?
Yeah, it diminishing to everybody else.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it. And I guess it comes from that idea is you're my person.
I was just saying it because you're going to get married to somebody you're probably not going to like a lot.
Fair.
That's why I said it.
And this is the other thing. I don't think that the person you marry needs to be your be-all, end-all. You need friends. Your best friend could be your favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
Say this was the same sex of yours. You're not going to have a sexual relationship with them.
Yeah.
You're going to be married to another guy who completes you in another way.
We have a lot of sissies that aren't gay but would rather spend eternity with their girlfriend.
Amen.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I understand why it was said, but know that they probably don't think this is the reality of it. That's just not people's reality.
Yeah.
That sometimes
I think also for them, they both, really.
Sometimes you are,
but
great.
For them, they really, look, we're seeing now how Kenny's family is reacting to them wanting to have a baby.
Yeah.
I bet you this was their reaction when he first told them about Armando.
That's interesting. We never saw that.
I bet it was rough. How do you think they reacted when they're like saying you're the grandfather and I'm going to move to Mexico? So,
fuck them.
So
Kenny's never going to come on our show.
No, I think Armando and Kenny only had each other for
I totally agree with
years.
you.
So I think they are that person because that is all they had. Although his dad does say, this was my first time at a gay wedding and it was perfect. And
it was lovely.
And he said, a beautiful statement. He said, don't put barriers in your mind that you can't accept anything.
He's like, it's all very normal.
It's normal and we have to treat it that way. And I went,
that was
holy shit.
I don't care if a PA fed him that.
It made you cry?
It made me cry.
It made me cry. Y'all, they have their first dance and Armando's like, did you just grab my butt in front of your parents? And Kenny's like, yeah.
Yes.
I'm totally Kenny. I would totally do that.
I would say, stop doing this.
See, I relate a lot to Kenny.
I'm all
I think we
about
have a lot in
decorum in
common.
these things.
So
They did. This was the one kind of thing that I went. So remember when Armando was like, I just want everything to be respectful and tasteful, because it's a gay wedding, and so.
But Armando did want a big celebration.
I know. So, party planners, we're going to have a rave with gay pride flags in the last part. Is that okay? Just to make sure that tracks.
Well, I think...
I just was like... I get what they're doing, but it feels like Armando was saying two different things, what he wanted. And because all of this is like... Wow, waste your time! You're going
and they had the gay pride flags, and they're like...
And I understand the reason to do it. It just feels far away from what he was talking about he wanted.
Possibly. But Armando seemed like he was liking it.
I know. And
but Kenny is more of an activist-minded person.
But that's what it made it feel like. There's glow sticks, y'all. All of a sudden, we are in a fucking club.
I mean, I kind of thought I liked it for where they are and what they're trying to do.
No, I totally agree. I'm just saying it doesn't track with what they were talking about, what Armando was afraid of.
Yes, it is. It does
That's
make
why I'm
you
saying
wonder.
that feels fake
finesse.
now.
Like what was finesse? Because Armando's saying that he didn't care, but then he said, "I don't want to be too over the top with gay stuff."
Right.
And then they are having gay rave.
Like rainbow flags.
Yeah, so which is great, but you're not saying that wasn't great. You're saying
I'm
that
saying
just doesn't
I don't
compute to what
understand how what we've led up to
producing wise,
it.
story wise, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
I would. That's my story hat. I went.
I kind of even wonder, honestly, with the dad thing. I'm like,
100%.
The dad to take a while to get used to it. To having this turnaround of saying we have to put. I was like, that's y'all. I've had that father of who wouldn't even say the word gay when I came out to him. It wasn't that quick of a jump. It took several years.
Yeah.
So, but if it really was that big of a jump, that's incredible. Great for Armando. But I'm sure they finished. But I think also the producers, the only time that they gotten, this isn't a Kenny and Armando thing. This is like nerdy producer talk, but the only time I feel like they got in trouble with their season, they went askew, is I think the producers want to teach us something with Kenny and Armando.
That's what I was feeling like.
And
I was feeling like I was being taught something.
And it's like, instead of just like where, when you see Jenny and Sumit, you're just kind of seeing the story unfold in kind of a raw honesty. You don't always get that with Kenny and Armando. It feels like we're giving you a lesson, and I feel like this next thing's going to be like gay adoption.
It's well-meaning.
It's well-meaning, but it feels a little heavy-handed sometimes.
I agree. And I'm like, it was fun to do your rave, but it was one point I was just like, and it was all Kenny's kids, and it felt like, I spend a third of my life rolling my eyes anyway. But
true.
At this point, I was like, okay.
No, I get that. I get that. What made me, but I do love that Kenny said, I realize this does need to be a big celebration. Armando wanted a big celebration. It needed to be that, because as Armando said, this is a coming out to the public for him, to his friends and family. But what made me teary-eyed is when Kenny talked about that I have friends from the 80s and 90s that aren't here, that I would want to be here. Like, I get teary just saying it. That we never
imagined this could happen.
I got choked up. If though, older people, y'all, if older queer, gay, and lesbian people that are like in their, I'd say 50s and up, ask them about what life was like when you will learn a lot, and learn that for a lot of them, lesbians too, because they were friends with gay men, half of their friends are gone.
There's a whole generation gone.
Like, so we're saying, not like Kenny is not saying, I wish somebody could be. No, but like probably Kenny's like very best friend that he went to college with. Like his Jake or his Maddie is gone.
Yep.
And so the fact that that person couldn't be there, that was when I cried.
Or
It was
his
such a-
friends who he came out with.
Yes.
And who he moved to Florida
to
with.
be gay with, that got in Ohio with.
And yeah, he's...
They're gone. So when he said that I need to celebrate not only for me, but for them.
Yeah,
I went,
that was it for me too. And then
felt
there's
that.
fireworks, and then they
I
went
love,
home,
you know, I love fireworks.
and they
at a
went home
wedding.
and banged.
And they banged. And, you know, and then...
They bang. They bang.
And Armando topped for the first time
No,
that night.
I
No,
think Armando's the top.
I agree.
I think they flip sometimes.
We shouldn't talk about their sex life, but
Sorry, Kenny.
sorry,
Armando.
they're never going to be on our show. And they sent us a very sweet cameo for our live show, and we just
I don't
shit
give
on
a
it.
shit.
Kenny did call us old.
I need to be me.
Kenny, if you ever do,
I
see
need
us,
to come for everyone.
It's, you know, if Kenny and Armando, if you ever do see us in person,
You can just spit at me.
drinks are on us.
Drinks are on us.
Drinks are on us. We'll put it on our tab. All right.
And Armando will be back in the background, like I said before. Go like this Twinkie.
Someone now, yeah, he would.
You know, I think that's it. That's the show.
I'm not going to let you finish
That's the
this.
show.
Nope. We got to talk about them.
Let's
Let's talk about Biniam and Ari. It's very quick. Here's my theory about them.
Spill.
When did Benny become He-Man? Because
he was so bulked up.
He is 5 times buffer than he used to be.
Yours-
Ari is 10 pounds skinnier than.
I totally agree with you.
I'm calling it. They didn't know how to end their season, and they were always going to go to the U.S. anyway, and they just figured out this is how we're going to end it.
I think they were
Because what
in
type
Africa.
of shit person would not go when the fucking immigration lawyer says you need to go to help get him to the America? What you want him to do,
It was strange.
and you still can't go because you can't be around his family.
I
call bullshit.
I chalked that up to her being able to get out of anything because she feels.
Now she will do that, but I do think y'all a lot of time has passed because
he is bulked up.
Benny is outside welding, and I had to pause this a little bit because, he looked hot.
I'm just not attracted to him.
Oh, he was. that shirt was so tight. I love his face, but his body, and he was kind of sweating in all the right place. And the sparks were flying up and kind of hitting, and the sparks were flying up in here too.
Yeah, there's something about him that I think I thought he was hot his first season, and about halfway through the first season, I was like, nope, not even that. And there's just I find
his personality is boring, and I don't think
even
he's good in
less
bed.
than that.
But I kind of just wish he was a go-go dancer, and I'd give him money and feel of his abs.
I think that's your go-go obsession and how you treating men like objects.
Not familiar. Don't know what you mean.
So he tells.
I know all of their names.
He tells. There's $5, $20.
Maybe Lincoln.
And he basically
Jackson.
says, she's like, so maybe you don't need me as part of the interview.
Meanwhile, y'all, I'm talking about him being hot. He's learning a trade so that way when he goes to the U.S., he can support his family.
Y'all.
So he's doing this, and she doesn't even want to take a fucking hour plane ride for him.
What's happening is she is reforming a fuckboy by force and using her child as a bargaining chip.
And
it's pretty awful.
Y'all, she doesn't even have to. She could go to the hotel and say, I'm not leaving the hotel while we're here for 2 days. She doesn't have to go see his family.
Yeah.
She could just go and support. All they need her is to wait outside of the interview office.
If Sean Robinson does not ask her about this on the tell-all, it'll be a fail.
It will be a fail. We do see that we get a bit of Wish and what's the other sister's name? Mimi. And Ari says kind of what we thought. We said they better give us more info about this, and thankfully they are. But Ari now has decided that instead of the sisters telling her about Biniam, she thinks the sisters are trying to poison her against Biniam, which doesn't make sense because the sisters...
That Miss J jib.
Because the sisters don't want him to lose his child, but yet they're trying to get his wife
It makes
to
no
hate
sense.
him. It doesn't make sense.
She will pick a fight with anyone which helps her cause.
She's going to say that because she wants Biniam to think that.
Exactly.
So then he doesn't want to be around his family.
Yeah.
Because she says on the tell-all, you are never going to be part of my family ever. And I went, well, that's really sensitive to your husband, who those are your sisters.
Again, this is someone who's trying to make a career as an influencer, and thinking she's going to have fans.
It's true. She's not.
Well, there are people,
It's
I'm
like
sure.
poor Yara starting her makeup line. She got people just went after her.
Ooh. Well, that was because she was charging money for it, and it was like she was acting like she invented it, and she bought it from China, basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah, y'all. Yara started a makeup line. I actually have a good friend who started their own.
But people do that.
Started their own makeup line. Y'all,
Yeah.
if you make your own makeup line, that takes like 5 years of
Yeah.
development and a lot.
But no, what they do a lot of times, they'll buy brands in other countries. They'll pay the licensing and just rebrand it.
And there's a documentary about this that a lot of those too are made with like
Terrible.
horrible ingredients.
Yep.
Like the one
and
we
I'm
talked
not-
about, she put
I'm
on a
not
lip
de-
plumper and her lips were
I'm
glued
not
together.
defending her at all.
I'm not saying Yara has product. Maybe she has. It says it's vegan and cruelty free, so maybe it's really good makeup.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, and I like Yara. I actually think
Google it, and no, because we're not describing it well.
Yeah, good for her for being an entrepreneur.
Next
actually.
week, y'all, the biggest news that's going to happen in the tell-all is Sumit's going to tell his motherfucking parents
When-
that he's motherfucking married.
when Sean Robbins said, "When are you telling me?" And he said,
On
"Today."
the tell-all.
Well done, 90 Day Fiance. Well done. Are we done talking about Ari and
Yes.
Bini? We are. I just want to say, so yeah, y'all, she's not going to fly back with him. And I wrote Bini.
And she's like, I really hope you get your visa.
I wrote, Bini, come to the U.S. and come get your green card, and then find a woman who will actually treat you like a human and leave this fucking troll. Leave her. Find another woman, because I think he's a fuckboy, but I think he's a nice guy. But I think he's a fuckboy for a lot.
I can't stand either of them.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, but
I think
he
does.
isn't so manipulative.
I think he
of
does
her.
love his son, and the only way to stay near his son
And
is
see
going
his
to be,
other son.
is going to come to
He's
the
coming.
U.S.
So
I
come
think
on.
I think
And leave Ari.
He's
It's
going to
fine.
have to make the best of what he's doing.
Leave Ari. She's got
I
Janice.
think he's going to realize he can leave her.
Yeah, they're not going to be together forever. No, y'all. I give this like 5 years.
Ari will sabotage it in another way.
He will make. Biniam's not stupid. I think he'll make sure he has rights. He'll get his citizenship, and then he'll be like, "Peace out." So then he can make sure he can
He'll
see his
need
kid.
someone watching out for him, though, because he's also a man baby.
He is a man, baby. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's the show, everybody.
That's the show. That's the season.
That's the season. Next week is the tell-all, and then
Yes.
we're starting a whole new cast with Before the 90
Before
Days.
the 90, and if you
Not
haven't,
one person we know.
if you haven't seen that extended trailer,
I don't know if I saw the trailer, but I don't know if I saw the extent. How long's the extended trailer?
it's BGL 2.0 going, this is not a music video that I'm used to seeing. And
You mean-
like fighting about.
Oh wait, we
she's-
do know one person. We know Soulja Boy.
Yes, Usman.
Usman is dating another
BGL 2.0.
baby. Yeah.
I may request the same voice that you use it. We'll have to find a way to tweak it slightly.
I'll definitely be thinking about it. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good season.
Oh,
I'm looking
it's
forward to it.
complete freakazoids.
Oh,
There, y'all.
We don't know when
because before the 90, y'all, it's full of catfish. It's full of crazies. There's that guy who kind of looks like Wallace and Gromit fucked a minion.
it's true. There is nothing remotely about love in this show.
No, it's just mess.
I will say
It's mess.
It's mess. We don't know if TLC's taking a break, y'all. If anybody listens from TLC, I doubt y'all do. I promise you, if somebody could just like. Tell us when there's going to be we won't tell anyone.
We won't tell anyone
We won't
because
tell
we
anyone.
can't even plan our days off because this show has programming fucking 50 weeks out of the year.
We're trying to figure out, do any sissies know? I know some podcasts get shows early. Look, Poodle will fuck some. I'm in a relationship. I'll tell my partner, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to fuck somebody for
They
this,
don't want
too.
you. They want me.
Yeah. Yeah. What do they do? What are you going to do if they want to be topped?
I can do that. You can't do that either.
Yeah, better than you.
That is not true.
That's not true. We're both just like dolphins out of the water. But seriously, if somebody from TLC can throw us a bone, we'll throw you an ass.
It's true.
So, I don't know. I'm putting it out into the universe.
Send it.
Send it. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. But remember, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle? Poots.
Yes. And if you were the one who made Truffle's dog dress.
Oh, gorgeous.
First of all, you're a homosexual. Because you have a line of dresses for dogs.
You have a line of dresses for dogs.
And you know what? I need all the scoop about them picking it out and how long it took. Because I think that took longer than anything.
The truffles fitting?
Yes.
Yes.
And you can call us.